Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. And today's question is lowest common ancestor in a BST. So here's the question. I have also mentioned the link in the description. So do check it out. And we will now be discussing this example, the sample input given here. So let's get started. So, for those of you who don't know what it means when we talk of lowest common ancestor, it is basically LCA of two nodes V and W in a tree is the deepest node that has both V and W as descendants. So, uh, taking the example of this BST, so I have two bits here, A and B. So the A bit is what is given in the sample input, and B bit is the one we'll be discussing for more clarity. So looking at the A bit, V1 is equal to 1 and V2 is equal to 7. So these are the two nodes which are given, and we have to find the lowest common ancestor. So this node and this node, it is clearly seen from the diagram of the BST that the only common node that they have is 4. So, as in 1 and 7 are the descendants of the common node 4, and it is also the deepest. Since it is the only node, it is also the deepest. So, basically, the ones which are present higher, that is higher, they will be the deeper nodes. So, now looking at the second bit where V1 equals 1 and V2 equals 3. So this 1 and this 3. So here we have the common node as 2. So this B bit will be more useful when we talk of the code. So let's now get to the code. We have this function, that is LCA, node star LCA. We are passing these three parameters, root, V1 and V2. If V1 is greater than the data present in root and V2 is also greater than the data present in root. So this here, so now basically we are segregating. So if both V1 and V2 are greater than the root data, then that means we have to go to the right side of the BST, because that's how binary search tree is. The greater nodes, the nodes having greater value are on the right and the lesser ones are on the left. So if both are greater, then obviously we move to the right, and if both are lesser, then we will move to the left. Now this here means that is if neither this condition and nor this condition is satisfied. So that will happen only when V1 is greater than root data and V2 is lesser than root data, or vice versa. That is, both of them are not satisfying the lesser or greater condition. So in that case, we can say that the root, suppose this is the root and it's not satisfying both the if conditions, so then we can say that one child is here and the other child is on the other side. That is, one is on the left and the other is on the right, because it's not satisfying any of the if conditions. So in that case, we will simply return this root, as you can see. So let's now move to the dry run. Suppose we take the first bit where where V1 and V2 equal to 7. So root equals 4, 1. So V1 is greater than root data and V2 is greater than root data. So that is not satisfied here. Even the next condition is not satisfied here. So it means that these two are children of 4 on the two sides. So we'll simply return the root, which is equal to 4. Now this was a very straightforward example given in the question. Let us now move to the second bit where V1 equals 1 and V2 equals 3. So here root equals 4, v1 equals 1, v2 equals 3. So as you can see, v1 is lesser than root data and v2 is also lesser than root data. So since both are lesser, we will follow this if condition, the second if condition, this one. Since both are lesser, and we will move to the left, return LCA root left. Next we have, once that happens, we know that the left child of 4 is 2. As you can see from this diagram, the left child of 4 is 2, and now root equals 2, v1 equals 1, v2 equals 3. Now once we have arrived here, none of the if conditions will be satisfied, because 1 and 3 are the two descendants of 2. So in that case, we will simply return this root 2, and that is our answer as well. So I hope this dry run was clear, and let's now code the solution. So let's now code the solution. So we first have the if condition. So if v1 is greater than the root data, and same goes for v2. So if both are greater, then we will return an LCA root data v1, v2. Next we have the second if condition, that is if v1 is lesser than root data and v2 is lesser than root data. Oh, 1 second. This should have been root left. Sorry, no, root right. Since it's greater, so it'll move to the right side of BST. Now, if it is lesser, then it'll move to the left side of BST. Root left v1, v2. And if none of these two conditions are satisfied, then we can say return root. So I hope this runs. Let's now run the code. Okay, I made a typo here. So great. It has successfully passed the sample test cases. Let's now submit the code. Okay, so I hope this video was clear to you, and thank you so much for watching.